Okay, now I'd like to talk about the history of the organisation. So the United Nations was established just after the end of the Second World War on the 24th of October 1945. Historically, it was set up to replace the League of Nations, which itself was established just after the First World War in 1919. The aim of the League of Nations was to ensure that future wars were impossible. Now, obviously, it failed in that objective, and a key reason why it failed was that it had no real power. Similarly, a key aim of the UN has always been to promote world peace. But unlike the League of Nations, it has the legitimacy to do so. In other words, it has the legal authority, the legal power to carry out that objective. Okay, so the UN started out in 1945 with 51 member countries. Today, nearly every state in the world is a member of the UN. And what's important about the UN, and one reason why it's more successful than the League of Nations, is that it has the UN Security Council. So from a legal and a military perspective, the UN is much more powerful. Now, as I suggested earlier, the Security Council gives the UN significant potential military power and reach. It's one of the UN's most important organs. The Security Council was initially made up of 11 states. After 1965, it had 15 states, and these include the 5 permanent members: China, France, Russia, the UK, and the United States. The other 10 members are non-permanent members. Now, as far as geography is concerned, the UN Security Council appears to cover a lot of the globe. But if you think about it, all of these countries are in the Northern Hemisphere. No Southern Hemisphere countries are represented permanently on the Security Council. No African, no Latin American countries, no countries from the South Pacific regions.